Hi guys, welcome to an episode of Rantz. I am Shubon, and you can find me on Twitter at the Real Shubon. I'm delighted to have here with me Crisandro. Chris, how you doing, man?
Hello everyone, and not too bad at all. I'm on Twitter, of course, at Crisandro, CRISANDRO _. And hook us up and let us know what you think. And
after our little Italian jobs, with our, I don't know where all the minis were because there was so much traffic on Wembley that night. Must have been a big load of minis. But we had to repel an invasion from some South Londoners from Greenwich, from Woolwich Way. So yeah, but obviously we'll talk a little about the Inter game. I mean, it was really strange. I mean, I missed most of the first half. I came in quite late, but from what I could tell, they were typical Italians. They were set up for a draw, very, very miserly. But what I did like is that we never really, the option always is to go route one, bring on Lorraine player, which isn't a bad option considering, it did work for us against PSV. But I like the fact that, he recognised Lamela probably had his worst game since he's come back, really. I don't think, and he could have been sent off as well, and that was a very nasty, typical Lamela challenge.
Yes.
typical Lamela challenge. But and the other thing, I'm sure we'll get to another point, but Lucas Moura, apart and Kane, they just don't seem to, I don't know, they just don't go together. Apart from that Man United game, I haven't seen them play well together. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it was kind of a mixed bag up front, although they did kind of create a good few chances. It was mostly outside the box, really. We couldn't quite get behind them as such. And Lucas did try very hard, but I guess he was just kind of like repelled, just like most of our forward play was. But we endeavoured. I think we had a couple of very good chances. Should have really probably been at least a goal up before half time, but obviously it wasn't meant to be. But what we pretty much did, we stopped Inter Milan from coming out and playing. I don't think they reached a single shot and goal in that first half, or even got beyond that first. But we got beyond the halfway line.
Second half, I mean, they threatened a bit more. I mean, obviously they had the pace of Perisic. We all know how good he is. I mean, we saw what he did against England, but he's a very good player. I mean, I think Mourinho has been after him for a long time. Never quite happened, but they can be a dangerous team. And Icardi, we kind of saw
your favourite player.
Do you know what? Here's the thing. I love Icardi. When he plays, he's brilliant. And the thing is, he's one of those players that he frustrates you as much as he excites you. He can score an absolute blinder from nowhere, and then sometimes he's like literally Mr. Invisible. He's like literally you can't even find him on your old TomTom. Do you know what I mean? It just doesn't work. And he is very dangerous. I mean, we saw against and that volley. I mean, only Icardi could have probably scored that kind of volley, just doing nothing all game. Then bang, and suddenly you're back in the game. But he's
that was one of the dangers of that night, really.
But I mean, and step forward, Mr. Musoko. Obviously, I'm kind of still full of the old humble pie, but I did say,
there's always more to serve you, mate.
I did say that he's a big lump. He's very quick, and once he gets going, I'm not saying he's like Bale. He's not going to zip it past someone and sprint, but he's got that powerful frame, and once he gets that 5 yards going forward, he's almost like a train, like I call it the American style running back. They can just literally just barrel forward, and you've got to literally scissor tackle him just to get him down because he's just so powerful. And eventually, what he has done, and he's basically, Mauricio Pochettino has basically figured out, well, what are his strengths? His weaknesses are probably his close control dribbling, his shooting, but he can actually link from deep by running the ball forward. He can go from defense to attack by him barreling forward. Musa does it with those windy, mazy dribbles. and then he'll lay it off backwards, or he'll, but what Musa Sissoko has done is that he just goes in a straight line and he just dares you a challenge, and especially in Europe where they're not going to be as physical. Maybe in the Premier League he won't get away with it as much, but against against European, well, obviously I know he's a European player, you know what I mean, against players who aren't used to that kind of physicality. Your players like Kovacevic, obviously, the Inter Milan midfielders, they're not used to that kind of raw physicality. They, and then obviously Dele, beautiful touch, and then Eriksen just put the winner in, and that was it. Hopefully, I know you'll be off to Barcelona in a few weeks' time, and the next week. Is it not next week? The week after next. So
the week after next, 10 days time. Literally just got the ticket through this morning, and it was fantastic. And we kept it alive. Everyone was writing us off, including some Spurs fans, and here we are, one game away from actually pulling off the unthinkable. And
if Man U can win in Juventus, and somehow nick a win there. Hopefully, Juventus, hopefully Barcelona. I'm not saying they'll be in their holidays, but they'll play Espanyol on the few days beforehand, and who knows, maybe Espanyol can do us a little bit of a favour. And I'm not suggesting any violence, any kind of nobbling. But
I don't think you need to suggest that. I think it's just going to happen naturally, just a natural course of things within those two sides play.
Yeah.
But it will be that will be a big game, and I do reckon that we will actually. I mean, I know a lot of people have watched the first game and said, Barcelona battered us, but they seem to forget that we scored 2 goals against them. We had numerous chances to equalise.
And Leo Messi probably played.
Before Messi scored the 4th,
it's that game of the season. Probably that's why he was at his most destructive, wasn't he? He just, destroyed us. And if it wasn't for him, just everything that he was doing was running the game. I don't think he'll play, and I don't. Why risk him? I mean, they've just about secured the top of La Liga, but it's still a very tight race. And when you don't risk players like Messi, like your Suarez, like Busquets, because they haven't. I mean, I'm not saying they haven't got a deep squad, but their squad isn't as deep as it used to be.
Still deep enough. I mean, I know they've kind of ostracized their big buy, Malcolm, who we were kind of linked with for quite a while, weren't we? And I don't know if he'll be playing in that game, but he'll be quite a dangerous player to play against. But they've got a few.
That's to prove. Yeah, I'm just saying that they're players like. I mean, I don't know who the natural Busquets replacement is. I don't know who the natural Piqué replacement is. They might not even play. I mean, I'm not saying they'll play like a B team. Obviously, there is a Barcelona B. I just think they're going to, obviously players like Messi, Suarez, Coutinho. Maybe we'll see Dembele and there's quite a few Dembeles playing around the Bristol. Obviously, that's in 10 days, and we've got more pressing matters. We have to, we've got, them lot down Drayton Parkway. I'm not going to mention I'm not going to mention the stadium. I'm not going to mention anything to do. I'm not even going to say the A word.
Ashburton Grove, which is the home of Drayton Park Wanderers.
Yeah, they're then Hollow Road. Let's face it, they're not even class enough to even be in Islington properly. You know what I mean? But I'm sorry, but they're in the shitty bit of Islington. I'm sorry. I know it because it's near where I used to live.
Yeah, pretty much.
But it's very interesting. I mean, obviously, this is one of the things that we mark the calendar on, really. Even though I think Joe Cole last week he called it, maybe the Chelsea, Tottenham, those matches are a bit more relevant just because of the league positions. These are the games that when the fixture list comes out, this is the first one we circle. When's the first North London derby? When's the second North South London derby? And that's what we all look forward to. And like I said, it's going to be an interesting game. I mean, obviously they rested their players, but we've had 2 wins in a row, so it's a bit of an interesting. It is quite evenly balanced, I think.
Well, you say 2 as well. I think we've had 6 wins in a row.
Since the international break.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But this will be an interesting I mean, I know that we're on a 6-match winning run. Arsenal currently 17 matches unbeaten. It's going to be quite a clash. But the thing is, I know they played. Let's see, Liverpool and they played Man City, Liverpool, and Chelsea already, haven't they?
Yeah.
And
There was Man City and Chelsea the first few games, I think.
yeah, and the key to that was that they haven't won any of them or even scored. I think they scored against Liverpool, but Chelsea and Manchester City they didn't score at all.
I'm sure they scored against Arsenal, against Chelsea. I can't
Did they?
remember Man City. Definitely remember Mkhitaryan missing absolute blinders and then scoring an absolute blinder. He missed six.
Right, okay.
I remember
that.
that.
It was a 2-0.
I think it was 2-1 or 3-2 or something. I know it was a very close game. And it was Sarri's
okay.
first few games in charge. Obviously, Emery's first game in charge, but definitely,
okay.
I said it's interesting because obviously people are doing their like combined 11s. Obviously, I did mine. I mean, I like to think I was fair. You know, I included Aubameyang, and I
think
included
you're too generous to him. And I don't think I'll take Aubameyang over Sonny right now, or
probably not. I don't even like. I'm just trying to be fair. I would basically look if the option to put Mr. Circuit in every position is not allowable. Okay, I tried. It just wasn't allowable. But no, I just think in terms of, I mean, I'm not. At the end of the day, Watford, who aren't a better team than us, I wouldn't say any of their players. They managed to get, managed to get a result against us. So I wouldn't underestimate them.
That one.
I wouldn't underestimate them.
I would quite easily. I would quite easily underestimate them. I don't. I don't know. I mean, I know. Yeah, for a lot of Spurs fans, this is quite a big game. But for me, just kind of like they don't hold that kind of fear for me. I don't think. And I know that's probably dangerous thinking. I know that's what everyone told me. But I was kind of
that as well.
That's what I was kind of looking forward to more to the Chelsea game, because there was that kind of danger really, and also because I hate Chelsea more than Arsenal. I know, let it go out there. Yeah, I hate Chelsea more than Arsenal. But wait for Arsenal fans to contact me now. But against Arsenal, I just don't feel. I expect us to win it. That's literally my thinking.
I expect us to win it. I just remember the reason I go back to this, right? I remember watching obviously the first North London derby under Pochettino, and that's when it's got Chadley scored, and then he pumped himself, got himself booked afterwards.
Yep.
But what I remember about that game, I was just like hiding behind. Honestly, as I was watching watching the Dalek, I was like hiding behind the sofa every single time. But we transformed over these last 4 years now, and it's just got to the stage where, I mean, obviously, it depends. I mean, like, I don't know what Ozil's going to turn up. If Ozil plays, which Ozil turns up, is it the Ozil that we saw do so well for Real Madrid, that was just so dominant, that really, could just play, just control games single-handedly? Or is it the Ozil that we've seen before, quite a few times, that, he might put a few decent free kicks in, maybe a decent corner, but he won't get stuck in. And
the thing is, I don't think Ozil. I know there's a lot of people thinking this sort of thing about Ozil. I don't think he's actually played that differently. The only difference is if you put a man on him, or if you rush him quickly, then he looks very ordinary. And so I don't think actually. Ozil's actually played that badly in games. It's just that he doesn't like it when he's literally marked out of it, or he's rushed, and that's where we see that the petulant Ozil come out. And obviously, he doesn't do his defensive side, so he leaves a lot of gaps as well that can be exploited. So pretty much what we saw happen to Jorginho, you could easily do that to Ozil if he's picked. And obviously that I imagine that will have the same kind of effect. So if you stop him from playing, then there's literally nothing left for him to actually do. And he's at his age now. I don't think he'll be able to change that quickly. But so that's literally what you have to do. Just put a man on him and stop him from doing what he does best, and then that literally nullifies that side. But then again, you got the other side where Ramsey's involved, and he's a very good creator of chances.
Assuming he plays.
Assuming he plays, exactly. So Arsenal do have a lot of options in that midfield, or in those kind of like creative areas. So it's just a case. I still haven't quite worked out how to stop Ramsey really, other than get him angry. But so I don't
want him scoring, because if he scores, that means someone famous is going to die. So we don't want that. But no,
Yeah, true.
I mean, I'm looking at their team. I mean, defensively, I know they've obviously he's taken them. No, I don't say a brave step. He decided, look, do you know what? Check, you've been a very good servant to Arsenal, but you're not the player you once were. You haven't been the player that you once were for a long time, even before you joined Arsenal. And
True.
he's kind of, and let's face it,
That's why Chelsea got rid of him, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and Arsenal, their goalkeepers, obviously he was better than what they had, but that's not really saying that much. And I think,
well, they're kind of like ruining their goalkeepers. I mean, I know that Szczesny gets a lot of stick, but I thought it was a decent keeper. And then they got rid of him in place of who was that? The Spanish keeper.
Almunia?
That's the one. Yes, got rid of him, and now look where Szczesny is. Look at the guy he's doing, winning titles upon titles. And
he was number two. But he was number two to Buffon for so many years.
He was until Buffon's retirement. Not retirement, but
he was at Roma. He was at Roma, and then he went to Juventus. But like I said, I always thought I said with Arsenal. I mean, like I think Koscielny. He's still injured because he had
he's always injured. I don't think
he had that horrific injury. I don't know if he's going to play again for Arsenal because that was a horrific injury that he had.
It was.
And I look at them. I mean, Bellerin's a very quick fullback, as is Kolasinac. They're not great. They're not great at defending. They're good going forward.
I was going to say, I mean, for fullbacks, they're very, very reluctant in getting back, aren't they? They can bomb up and then they just jog back. That's both sides of the Arsenal defence, wing back areas. So they will. I mean, although you saw it a lot under Wenger's tutelage, it seems to be more apparent under Unai Emery, and I'm not quite sure why that is. Because I was kind of horrified by watching the defending in all of Arsenal's games so far. So it makes me wonder how they've been on this 17-game unbeaten run. The fullbacks bomb forward. If they get hit on the counter-attack, there's just literally just two central defenders, or even one if that defender's gone up.
And three. I think they're going to have to play threes. I think we're going to still play our diamond. We've now kind of worked out the kinks in the diamond, and I think they're going to play a back three. And because there's no way you can play Ozil and Mkhitaryan, because if Ozil doesn't do his job, which is probably very likely, because you need in a 3-4-3, you need those two midfielders in there they'll be supporting Aubameyang to press. Then I think it'd be interesting. I think he is going to go with the three, which is a bit. Well, I suppose people will say that's kind of defensive, but I think he has to. I mean, Arsenal have been given up so many chances, and they haven't been punished so far. I mean, against Wolves, I wouldn't say they were lucky against Wolves. I think they were. Well, see, I like to be respectful to my opponents. You just want to slay them.
Well, no, it's true though. They were lucky. I mean, the Wolves had a good couple of opportunities to go 2 or even 3-0 up in that game.
Yeah, Wolves shouldn't be out of sight. What I'm saying is, Wolves, Bournemouth, they're not taking their chances. You've got Kane, who's now taking on at least 7 or 8 shots per game. Who's now who's more keen to take shots. You've got. Obviously, I call it #desktop, but when they are all reunited. They all seem to be in good nick. Obviously, Eriksen didn't play the full 90, neither did Sonny. Obviously, Dele Alli's played a lot of football, and this will be his 3rd game in a row. It's a lot to ask of any young footballer, but
he's 22, so he's got the fitness behind him.
I'm saying he's incredibly fit. I mean. They talk about that Gakon test that he does. I mean, literally, he just owns it. I mean, even when he first came to Spurs, I think Nabil Bentaleb was meant to be like the Mr. Fitness of Tottenham, and he just came along, and that was it.
Ironic, really.
Yeah, I know.
You know how lazy he is on the pitch.
Yeah, I know. But he was. Like I said, I just felt that if you look at, say, what Dele Alli's doing, that's the thing. I mean, do you prefer him in this more deeper role where he's controlling the game more? He may not be registering the same level of assists and goals.
He wouldn't be in that position. Yeah.
But I think he's doing a lot more to help you. Because I think is it more important? I think to control a game. I think you either control a game or you can define a game. And I just think history goes more to those players that control the game than define the game.
Since we won't have Dembele for quite a foreseeable future, I guess we would need a player who's calm on the ball and who understands, literally that kind of role. I mean, he's growing into that role, so I guess he doesn't necessarily understand it just yet. But he's calm on the ball. He knows how to pass. He knows how to keep hold of it as well, which is key in that kind of position. And then he knows how to get it forward. So yeah, he's growing into it, and he actually looks quite good there, I think.
Very disciplined. I mean, the Italians tried to wind him up. That didn't really work. Obviously, Jorginho tried to wind him up a little bit, and you could tell he was. I think it would be funny if Jorginho, because obviously he's just so much bigger than Jorginho.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have really been a fair fight. But I just think he's so much more mature. I mean, I don't know. But obviously, we're going to go to what our team predictions are to start the game. But I am going to go. I definitely think because I have seen obviously I posted on Twitter like what I thought the team lineup would be, and
and I couldn't really gauge your nicknames for the players, so
what espresso with a lemon twist? Serge Aurier. Serge. Hello, my name is Serge. Yeah. I'm give you a coffee, espresso, and give you a lemon twist. How can you not know that? How can you not know that? Yeah, my name is Serge.
I only get you to write these translations down so I can understand.
How can you not get that? How can you not get that? And the pipes are frankly appalling. Well, who else would that be apart from Danny?
That one I could actually guess, but the rest of it is like, wow.
What, Toby? Yeah, I mean, Toby, you know. Sufyan?
Yeah, I think you've been watching too much Expressions, you get me?
Oh, oh my God. I think we're going to deduct you 1 point for a legal low blow there.
Yeah, but who will be suing who? Oh, blimey.
But no, okay. definitely, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I will, for those who don't get my my witticisms, it's a bat for Serge Aurier, Jan Vertonghen, Toby, and I'm going to go with Danny Rose just because of the pace of Aubameyang. I just think we need that little bit of extra pace if he's fit enough to start. This is where I got really stuck really, because do I go with Winks in the base of the midfield or do I go with Sissoko? I just think Arsenal, they're at home, they have to really attack us. And so I think the fact that Winks, sorry, not Winks, Dyer can block back into that back three and allow our two players to launch a bit more forward. I think that works really well. Sissoko and Eriksen in the diamond, Ali up front versus Sonny and Kane. And it's so weird. I mean, like, Moussa Sissoko has now become a key component of our engine.
Say that again.
They can just rewind it if they need to. You say that again.
Say that again, bro.
They can rewind it.
I know it's sticking in your throat, I know that, but I'm loving hearing it. But I can't really fault that team line. I think that's where I would have gone with as well. I would prefer to have Sissoko in the middle with Dyer, I think, and that would keep it solid and also ensure that the dynamic is there, ensure that we're able to transition from defence to attack very quickly, especially with Sissoko barreling the ball forward. That would be awesome.
I think the counter-attack as well, because I do think Arsenal, they are going to play that kind of possession kind of base game.
But that's what they've been playing, and that's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm really shocked that they've remained unbeaten for so long. And even with the tougher teams they've been playing, I expected Liverpool to actually destroy them. But yeah, I mean, this is just kind of...
Arsenal did play well in that game. I thought Arsenal, I mean, Liverpool were kind of relying on I forgot his name, Danny. Was it not Danny? What's his last? I forgot his name. Daniel Sturridge. I said Danny Welbeck. The Daniel Sturridge blinder, and he just happened to do it, and it just went in. And like I said, when you look at that, it was really weird because obviously we had our chance to sign Welbeck all those years ago. Naturally, he chose Arsenal because obviously where they were, and obviously we ended up giving Kane the platform really, and it's all worked out really well for us in terms of bringing players through. I mean the best example I can give is the fact that I don't know if he'll be featuring as like the 18th as in the 19th player in the squad, but I think Oliver Skip, you can see how much. I don't know if you get a chance to watch the U19 game that they showed, the next gen, or what do they call it, the next gen or UEFA, the under 19 game they played.
Or the Champions League version of the under 19s.
Yeah, I mean you saw it in Inter Milan. Literally, they just. I mean, there was a couple of good players. I mean, Jack Rolls was pretty decent. Not Connor Ogilvie. is it Parrott? I said Dean Parrott, Troy
Tr-
Parrott.
Troy Parrott.
And he was alright. I mean, yeah, but you can see they clearly miss Skip and they miss the lad that went to Germany. I've got his name now, the left back. But
But I want to say Bennett's.
Keenan Bennett, yeah. But I mean, you can see this is how much. I mean, it's they talk about the waves of talent that come through, and right now, if you look at the U19, you think who's going to come through? Maybe Rolls or maybe Parrott.
Oh, definitely Parrott. He's still only 16 as well. He's playing for the under 19.
Which that's quite a lot. I mean, and he didn't look outsized either, but definitely, if you look at our squad, I still think we are maybe a couple of, we are a couple of, players short of a title run.
Yeah.
But we have if you take away the injuries to, like, say, Musa and Trippier and, say, Davinson Sanchez, we have a very credible squad there. May not be as deep as City's, but
deep enough.
It's deep enough. I mean, and even if you look at Liverpool, I don't think that Fabiano's even played, has he? I don't know if he's played any games, has he? And you can tell the reason why, because I mean, I don't know if you had a chance to watch the Lyon game.
No, I didn't. No.
I watched a bit of it, and that they've got Lyon. They've got this player Fekir who Liverpool clearly wanted. I don't know what happened. There's something wrong with the deal, but you can see why though, because him and Dombele and another young lad, I forgot his name, I forgot. They literally, I wouldn't say ran the game for because I think Man City were good for the point. But you can see why the Liverpool were after him, and I think you have two choices really. You can either develop the talent you have, as we've done, or you can just buy it in if you've got the money. And I think Liverpool do have the money, and who knows, maybe they will go for Fekir in January. But I do see. I don't know. It's one of those weird things. I don't know if you. One of my mate Ben, who says check him out, San Diego Spurs. Yeah, they'll be at the Harp tomorrow at. See, what's 2 o'clock our? Is it 2 o'clock our time? So it'll be like I have no idea. It'll be like nearly not 4. Yeah, no, it will be actually 4 o'clock in the morning their time. So they'll be at the Harp in Ocean Beach, and it's incredible. I haven't been obviously for a couple of years now, but that place will be packed out. I mean, this is the game, and so I don't know. I mean, I am not looking forward to it. I never look forward to any London derby. I don't care even if you're playing Charlton, I still wouldn't look forward to it, But I'm of a risk averse kind of guy. I don't really. I just kind of dread this, but I do. Once I'm in it, it'll be all right. Once I'm in it, it's just the idea of it. It's kind of like when you go into. Do you know when you go into like if you're swimming or something and out in the sea or something, and you go out, it's really cold. You think, shit, I ain't going in this. But once you're in there, your body acclimatizes. So that's what I'm going to go with. But definitely, I'm gonna go for. I actually am confident to say I think I'll go for 2-0. I don't maybe even 2-0 or 3-1. I just think their attack is very good. Aubameyang has scored quite a number of goals. Lacazette has scored a number of goals. I just do think that defensively they haven't got it. They will give up chances, and you can give up chances to say Bournemouth and Wolverhampton Wanderers in the fact that they might not take them. There's no way. I mean, Harry Kane is lethal, and he's so clinical. And I'm gonna go for 3-1 win to us. I think Kane will be on the score sheet, and I wouldn't call it a comfortable win. It's never going to be comfortable. We can be 10-0 up, and I'll still be like nerves counting down to the minute. But
well, I kind of think, I'm very confident, as you can probably tell. I think that Arsenal will hold 3 against us, and we will actually, I'm not confident, really. We'll win 3-0, 3-1. It all depends, and if Arsenal will try and come at us like Chelsea did, or they'll try and sit back and hit us like Inter Milan did. And I can understand why Inter Milan played the way they did. All they needed was a point.
Yeah. I think Arsenal might go for the point in this game. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they. I think they'll hustle and bustle a little bit. I mean, obviously, unfortunately, Arsenal fan TV is nowhere near as fun as it used to be. Sadly, but Although when they fight amongst themselves, that's hilarious. No, but like I said, I do think. I mean, obviously we've seen us combined 11s and everywhere have you, but I just look at and Emery's a very good coach actually. He's someone that I saw him at Sevilla, and he was a very good coach for Sevilla. And you say that he had very good players, and he did. He had decent players, but he's a very good coach. A lot of the groundwork. People remember him for his time at PSG mostly for the 6-1 loss to Barcelona, but he did a lot of good groundwork. I mean, I've been reading quite a lot about him, and and he obviously got a very friendly relationship with Pochettino. And I don't know. I think it'll be interesting, but I think 3-1. I think I mean, when we won 3-1 against the old Chelsea, that scoreline flattered them rather than us.
Yeah.
And I do worry about Torreira. I think he's a very good. Obviously, we watched I think you and I watched the Uruguay game together, didn't we? France Uruguay, we watched that together, and he was. I think he played that game. I think he was pretty decent as well. So he is a very decent player. So I definitely, it should be whether Xhaka. I mean, you never know what Xhaka's going to turn up because there's a Xhaka who can be pretty useless most of the time.
And there's a Xhaka that loves the red card. So there's one of the two.
Yeah, one of the two really. So I don't know. I don't know if he's going to play Ramsey instead, just because Xhaka can be such a liability. But honestly, I know this may sound arrogant. I'm not really bothered who they put in really. They could put. I think Lacazette, is he injured? I don't know if he's injured or not.
Don't think he is. I thought he was available, but maybe not.
But I mean, Aubameyang is the only player that I'm thinking, oh my god, he's got the pace to hurt us, because he has done in the past.
Yeah.
We've seen him do that for Dortmund a few times, and in last season he should have had a goal against us, and that could have changed the nature of the tie. But I do think that in Kane, in Ali, in Eriksen, and Sonny, especially, I mean, Eriksen, he makes it all fit. I mean, those four, when they play together, there's just an understanding they have that unless you're Pep Guardiola and you've got a ton of money, you can't buy. That's come from the last 3 years of training, of God knows how many camps that they've had together, and they're now at that level now that they can just, if that gets going, then I think it'll be a long day for Arsenal, just because Sonny, especially if he attacks Kolasinac, I don't think he has the pace to bother Bellerin. And he's quick, but Bellerin's ridiculously quick. But Kolasinac isn't the best defender in the world. And I think Kane, if he's able to exploit the space between Bellerin and his centre half, because Bellerin, he's quick on his feet, but he isn't the quickest defender cerebrally. I think if he can work that, and he isn't that strong either, I think that would be where their weaknesses are. And that's why I look for us to target it. But I'm going for a 3-1 win. So yeah, obviously you'll be doing your not away days to to Drayton Park. I'm not going to refer it at all. But
there isn't a place called Arsenal, so you're being that's right.
Because you'll be getting off probably at Gillespie Road. I remember one time I actually was stuck at that tube station for ages, and I literally had to see that bloody sign right in front of my face. But like I said, it was I do think that we can get a good result there, and I'm just looking forward to, I said it's not the actual winning at the Emirates I'm looking forward to the most. It's just seeing the meltdown by Troops, by DT, by Claude. I think Claude actually will hang himself this time. I really do think he's going to get to that stage.
Oh, I haven't watched that channel in a long, long time.
It's not as fun as it used to be, is it? Now, I think nowadays, I think they've accepted it. They're not, their place at the league table, despite what the European Super League may have said to them, it's not there anymore. They're just not there. I mean, they could be there, and if the right set of results happen, they could be there again. But like I said, I think Aubameyang, who knows? He's playing for a move to go to Real Madrid or wherever. But he's, like I said, I look at those players, and they're just players that they've been lucky to pick up. And Aubameyang's a very good player, but we remember the problems he had at Dortmund. I'm not saying he'll have those problems again, but it's
what itchy feet, you mean?
itchy feet, just a bad attitude.
Mm.
Mkhitaryan, who again I saw him play for Dortmund. I mean, I remember that Dortmund game where they destroyed us.
Yeah, the Europa League game.
Europa League, and obviously we weren't really trying as much in that game.
Well, we
Obviously,
played our kids, didn't we? So
playing our kids at the time, like Mason and Carroll, we weren't really putting the same effort as we were, because obviously we were kind of chasing for the league at the time.
Mm.
But I definitely do think that against Arsenal, I'd always respect them as an opposition, not as a team, as an opposition. But I don't fear them, and I think I'm not saying they're fearing us, but there is a little bit of fear creeping in for them.
Well, the Arsenal fans will be fearing us more, as that's how it sounds.
Well, I don't know what you're going to do. I mean, those days, I don't go to LT's bar anymore, so that's, I don't know what you're going to be doing to them. But like I said, I just definitely think Arsenal are gonna. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I think that if they get a point from this, I think we're going to be more pissed about it being a draw than they are.
Yeah,
I think that's it already. So obviously, check us out at www.facebook.com/supplement. Yeah, please, come join, add to the conversations. I've been posting my links on there as Chris. And hopefully next time you guys hear this, you'll have, it's a new thing we are doing. We're actually asking for your questions, and we're more than happy to answer them.
Oh yes, look forward to it. Yep.
And until
Interact with us will be great.
And until then, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. You'll take care.